Here we go. Here we go.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7, on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming?
Yeah, I'll be the judge.
Oh, beautiful, dude.
Fair reference.
Okay. Okay, is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious, I just want to add a little bit of zip, okay?
T-5.
Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi!
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together. As a family.
Dude, I've never seen her before, and I love her. Vanessa Kirby?
She's from the Mission Impossible movies, dude. She's
Oh,
awesome.
okay.
All right, so first
Woo!
steps. These are going to be our first steps. Right off the bat, what did you think of the trailer?
I-
And it's a teaser. It's a teaser trailer.
It's a teaser. You know all I'm looking for is Ben Grimm, and the second he came out, and just that scene alone of him cooking and like actually having like a likable character to him
Yeah.
is already far exceeding my expectations. The last few movies, he's just been a grumpy little fucking rock bitch, dude. And this one, he seems like he's still having fun. I'm sure that he's still gonna have the dilemma of him turning into a rock and not being too happy about it, but I feel like those other movies just kind of made him a little bitch, and I'm really, really liking it so far. The stylizing of everything and the 60s feel to it, I love. I watched a few like YouTube videos breaking down all the Easter eggs in this, so I have a little bit. I'm going to be stealing a little bit from those today, but overall, I'm very excited, and I'm kind of scared that I'm so excited because I'm scared that it may not live up to the expectation I'm giving it. But I'm going to say 9 out of 10 so far, man.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it suffers from what all teaser trailers suffer from, which is you don't really have context for anything. But yeah, I thought Ben Grimm, I think, is going to be really the heart of the story, and the reason I think that is because a majority of that trailer is given to that scene between Ben Grimm and Herbie. Now, the cynical person might say they're trying to sell toys, and that is probably true.
I'm buying.
But I love, like, Herbie is a cool, like, Herbie was a character from the animated series because back in the day they didn't want to have Johnny Storm because they didn't want kids lighting themselves on fire. And
wow.
so Herbie was a character that kind of replaced that. But man, what a great character, like a little like side piece, you know, if you will,
Yeah.
for that story. And the retro futurism is not something that when this movie, you know, when they announced it, they did a sizzle reel, I think D23, that kind of showed the Future Foundation, and it was kind of an ad for the Future Foundation, and it showed a lot of that retro futurism. So at that point, you kind of understand, like, yeah, that's what they're going for. But I would have never guessed in a million years that would be the first introduction to the Fantastic Four in the MCU. It makes a lot of sense, you know. I don't know. Again, I haven't read a ton of. I've read some of the Hickman, I think it was, Fantastic Four stuff.
Yeah.
That you gave me. I read some of the Allred stuff. The Allred stuff, that's kind of like what it seems like they're going for here, where it's like that retro futuristic thing, but it makes sense into why, you know, up until now in the MCU we haven't seen Reed Richards. He's not really a character. I mean, he's the smartest man in the Marvel universe. So him not being around in the MCU up until now doesn't make sense, but this does make sense. I'm not really I don't know, like, I like Pedro Pascal enough. I don't see him as Reed Richards, but again, I don't know, you know, I wanted John Krasinski really bad as Reed Richards. I don't know that there is a perfect casting for that character. You know, and my thing with Pedro Pascal is mostly like he's in every big kind of tentpole franchise.
Especially nowadays,
Movie.
yeah. The
Last
stuff
of
that I
Us,
saw.
Mandalorian, you know, he was in Game of Thrones. He's in this now, and he was just in Gladiator 2, which I thought was an awesome movie. I know a lot of people should.
Yeah, I didn't see that yet.
It was good, dude.
The thing I was watching today was talking about how he's like the current day, like movie dad, or like TV show dad. Like I guess it's based off the Last of Us, but I really didn't. I wasn't excited when they announced that he was going to be.
Too.
Yeah, and I didn't think he was going to be good, but so far I'm in. John Krasinski. I was sold for that. I thought that was going to be incredible, and then I saw him in what movie was that? Was it not Doctor Strange?
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
Was it okay? Yeah. I didn't really care for him. Like, it was cool. I kind of like that they killed him off. Spoilers. I guess the whole concept of this one is that it's kind of in the multiverse area, and this is like a multiverse version of the Fantastic Four that's separate from anything, and they're going to kind of tie that all together.
Well, this is exactly how we get to Secret Wars.
Yeah,
this is exactly. I mean, and in one of the things, I think you sent me the video. I watched some of it with the Easter eggs. I didn't watch the whole thing, but one of the things they talked about is when he's in the chalkboard doing something, he's trying to figure out the multiverse,
the wormhole,
bridge.
And it says 1 in, 1 out, and then it even says multiverse under it.
So that's like, a lot of people have kind of crapped on the multiverse. I feel like up until now, the MCU hasn't really known what they want to do with the multiverse. They kind of put their foot in the lake of, Kang the Conqueror and then all that stuff with the actor. Outside of the movies happened, they fired him. Quantumania was like a really whacked out movie that wasn't very good, and the fact that Ant-Man can beat the one true like Kang the Conqueror was kind of a weird thing. And then up until this point also, like, Doctor Strange has kind of been the one to open the portal to a multiverse. Yeah. And one of the things I really like, so going back really quick to Multiverse of Madness, at the time I love Multiverse of Madness. I still like Multiverse of Madness. Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, it's a tongue twister, dude.
A lot. It's a very Sam Raimi movie.
Yeah.
But those scenes with like John Krasinski and like all those heroes in the alternate dimension, I just hate it now. I think it's stupid, and I think it's just peppered in there for fan service, and to be like, we know the fans want John Krasinski and Emily Blunt as Sue and Reed Richards, and here's your taste, but then we're gonna kill them, and they're just like a stunt casting. But maybe not. Maybe that's our taste, and maybe, dude, who knows how crazy these movies get? If they want to get nuts, John Krasinski could very well show up as another Reed Richards, and that's one thing I do like about Fantastic Four. It's like, what was the Allred one where Reed goes into a reality where it's all him?
Yeah, dude. It's like the I forgot what the term of it is, but it's pretty much just like the Council of Reeds or something. It's so insane.
Sick.
Yeah, and the ability for them to do whatever they want with this multiverse thing is smart. Yeah. It could be done really, really bad because there's like, they could literally do anything.
Well, they just need direction. They need direction of like, what is the purpose? Leading up into like, we had 10 years of basically the Infinity Saga building up to the showdown with Thanos. So once that happened, it was fully justified, fully understood. He was the big bad. They did such an amazing job with Thanos. Gave us a 4-hour movie basically about, and I even thought, like, I was a huge fan of Infinity Gauntlet, and I was really bummed that they weren't going to do the Infinity Gauntlet story. Up until now, it's been kind of rudderless in how we're going to present the multiverse. Up until now, it's been used as, I really hated the way the multiverse was used in Spider-Man No Way Home. I thought the movie was cool, the movie was enjoyable, but the scene where like Doctor Strange and Peter are, it's like, oh, I want to, and then I want MJ to remember me, and nobody, like, it was just, I don't know, I like, it really kind of infantilized Doctor Strange for me. So I don't know, there's a way that you can justify everything, and if, like, this is clearly going to get us to do more, and it's clearly going to get us to Secret Wars, and so I'm interested to see what that looks like, and I am intrigued. I like the style of this, I like the look of it. I thought Ben Grimm was cool. I like that actor. I'm a huge fan of the Bear. Yeah. And even whether it was intentional or not, but the scene with him cooking, I felt like was kind of a wink and a nod to that, but done in a really clever way. I'm intrigued at how Galactus plays into everything. I'm intrigued who is who's John Malkovich in this story?
Yeah, so I don't think you watched. You said you didn't watch that whole Easter
I didn't
egg
watch it
trailer
long
thing.
enough for them to theorize who John Malkovich.
Okay, yeah, they're kind of theorizing that it could either be it could either be like a weird version of the Mole Man, and maybe that's like I don't think it's going to be the Mole Man. I forgot the name of the character, but there's like a henchman of Doctor Doom. And potentially he could be that, and he could just be like the person coming in to kind of disrupt the Fantastic Four for Doom when he's in the background. Because Robert Downey Jr. has already been cast as Doctor Doom. We just don't know when and where, right?
I imagine he'll have to show up in this movie at some point. I'm sure it'll be a credit. I'm sure he'll be lying in the shadows. He'll be kind of the, if you look at how Thanos was used in Avengers, at the very end where, he turns and just smiles at the camera, and then in Guardians they peppered him in, was kind of like shoehorned in, and then Age of Ultron at the end, he turns and just says, "Fine, I'll do it myself."
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what I envision that this version of Doom is going to be.
Which the pop for that's going to be incredible, dude. At the end of the movie, if that happens, people are going to freak the fuck out.
Dude, it's gonna it's really a risky move doing the RDJ as Doom. I think it's.
I kind of like it.
I like it too.
I like the fact that like the Doom figure is obviously like it's pretty much Reed Richards, but with like an evil, like something happens and he takes a turn, and the concept of maybe this Doctor Doom could potentially be like a Stark gone bad would be really cool. I don't know.
I don't think it should be connected to Stark at all.
No,
I think it should just be its own thing. I think Victor Von Doom should be Victor Von Doom. So that's why I'm saying like it's risky because, people have fallen in love with Tony Stark, and the sole reason is because of Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
So now you're turning that on its head, which is what I like about it. And the one thing, Doom is the one character that I know you and I are friends, and it seems like a lot of the people online, once they got Fantastic Four back, was like, cool. Now we can see a proper Doom. They've never done them. The Fantastic Four movie from 2005 is campy as all hell.
Yeah.
But it's a fun movie to throw on.
It's almost more watchable than the latest one that we had.
Dude,
like that
100%.
one is, dude. And they made his character so bitchy and just
Well, it wasn't Doctor Doom, dude.
It wasn't. It was just some like fucking hacker that was pissed off at the world, and I don't even know why.
Doctor Doom has to be the parallel of Reed Richards. Dude.
Yeah, and he wasn't in that.
And you have to do the Doom. I was really hoping, and I'm kind of hoping that Doom more is just Books of Doom, or it's highly influenced by Books of Doom, because I always said Doctor Doom deserves his own movie. And I think if you followed the Books of Doom, if you followed Victor Von Doom, and so much of like modern villainy is like, well, they're redeemable. They have a reason for why, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's one great thing about Thanos. They did that a little bit, but it was like, the thing about the quandary of Thanos was like, okay, through a certain prism, is he wrong?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, for sure, dude.
That's the great dilemma for turning that and making the audience kind of forced to reckon with that, I think is what made Doom, Thanos such a great character. But Doom has to, I don't know, man. Doom has the ability to be one of the greatest on-screen villain icons of all time. Up there with Darth Vader, up there with what's his name from Harry Potter, Voldemort. Like,
oh yeah.
But you have to have an actor that has the gravitas to do that, and Robert Downey Jr. is that guy. But
yeah,
I don't know. This trailer definitely, and the great thing about it is we've got 5 months till it comes out. So we don't have to wait that long.
Yeah, I wish it was sooner, man. The trailer got me so hyped, but we're gonna get a few more trailers going forward, and if anything,
Maybe
I might.
Maybe not, dude. Maybe they're keeping. I feel like they have to. Like, this movie has a lot of weight on it, and I think it's going to break open a lot of where they're going. If they were smart, then all of this stuff, like, because Marvel for the last basically since Endgame has been kind of running at a deficit, dude.
Yeah.
And so this would be a good way.
Just
to set
Disney
it on
in general, dude.
Yeah, I mean movies in general, but this would be a great way to kind of change the trajectory of where it's going. So I'm intrigued, dude. I hope they get deep with the Fantastic Four lore. They had to buck back a bit, dude.
Can we rebrand to Buck back a bit?
Bang my name, dude.
Bang my
Bang
name,
it.
Buck back a bit.